It's Nancy Drew, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake! Wait, hi everybody, I'm Michael. I was trying to do a scary voice and then all of a sudden, it morphed into this voice, which is not actually all that scary! So, we're here!
Welcome to my latest case, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake.
This is game number 7
to start
in the Nancy Drew
playing,
series,
choose
I
either
believe.
junior or senior
And,
detective.
let's
If
play.
you're new to adventure games or need some help,
Let's
choose
play
tutorial.
as a senior detective. Let's go.
Dear Ned, remember Sally McDonald, the woman who took those photos that Dad has up in his office? Well, she just bought a house in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. A gangster named Mickey Malone built it back in the 20s as his country getaway. We're talking major fixer-upper. Anyway, last night Sally called and she said she desperately needed my detective skills. She refused to say why over the phone. Naturally, I said I'd drive to Moon Lake immediately. But weird things started happening the moment I pulled up. First, this big tree fell down behind my car and has me totally blocked in. And then I discovered that Sally's gone. She left a note that suggested something terrible happens here at night. She's supposed to call me from her car. So here I sit, writing to you while I wait for the phone to ring. It's nighttime, and although part of me is dying to know what frightened Sally away, another part of me is starting to feel a little uneasy. I'll let you know what happens. Ever yours, Nancy.
Okay, so Nancy is now here in Moon Lake, Pennsylvania, where it's very, very scary. And I'm just going to switch to daytime here. Just, let's see. I need to grab this water bottle. And I'm just going to see the pump. We use the water bottle on the pump. I think that's the only thing the water bottle is ever used for. Okay, I'm going to grab this bucket here. And, yeah, I'm going to totally ignore the start of the game and just do this stuff.
The boat's full of water.
So the boat is full of water. What I'm going to do is check. I'm going to see that the spark plug is missing.
The spark plug is missing. I gotta have some torque.
I gotta have some torque. Okay. So that was the reason why I skipped ahead to daytime. I just wanted to see that the spark plug is missing because that way I can talk to Red Knot about the spark plug. So let's go back to nighttime and let's meet Mr. Red Knot. But first, wasn't there a phone call I had? I had a phone call. Let's get this phone call. This is a phone
Hello?
call
Nancy,
from Sally.
hi, it's Sally. We have to talk fast because I'm in my car and my cell phone's running low, so we might get cut off. But did you see my note?
Yes, are you all right?
No, I feel awful bailing on you like that. You must think I'm such a flake.
I'm just worried about you. What's wrong?
I couldn't stand the thought of spending another night there. I knew you were on your way, but it didn't help. I just got too scared.
Why are you scared?
You make it sound like the house is haunted or something.
Not the house, the woods. Just wait until it gets dark. Then you'll see. What am I saying? Nancy, you shouldn't be there by yourself either. Why don't you just go get in your car and go home? Or drive to Philadelphia. My aunt's got plenty of room.
No way. You've got me so curious, I wouldn't leave even if I could.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it is very rude of Sally to leave Nancy alone in her house at night when there's dangerous monsters. You'd think Sally would at least just wait for Nancy to show up, but Sally, of course, did not want to be there after dark. So I guess that makes sense. That's why Sally didn't want to wait. But it would have made more sense if Sally was just waiting in her car, like, right, if she had driven, like, to, you know, to the entrance to the park to stop Nancy there. Maybe that would have been a good idea for Sally.
Let me put it this way. Unless someone who just happens to have a chainsaw just happens to come by, my car's not going anywhere.
Oh, the dead maple beside the driveway. Oh, they told me it was in danger of falling over when I had the place inspected. I just never got around to doing anything about it. Listen, call M's Emporium. That's a store on the lake. Emily knows everybody. She'll know who to call if she decides to answer her phone.
Don't worry about it. I'm not in any hurry to leave.
You will be. Okay, look,
Well,
I
that's
just bought a
threatening.
little outboard motorboat. I haven't used it yet, but the guy who put it in for me said it should run just fine. It's tied up at the dock out front. Just get in it and go. Go anywhere. Just get away from the house.
Your boat's missing a spark plug, Sally. It's not going anywhere.
Then listen to me. Go around the house and lock all the doors and windows. Do that right now.
There are no locks or doors. What?
There aren't any locks on the doors and windows. What are you so afraid of?
The dogs. Those dogs. Out of nowhere. Exactly, they're outside howling and snarling. Teeth and claws. Horrible.
Dogs? Hello? Did you say dogs? Hello?
Dogs. Yes, there are ghost dogs in the game called Ghost Dogs. Woo! Woo! And now we're gonna get the scary noise that I was trying to imitate at the start of this video.
What is that?
What is that? Oh, no, very scary! Running away!
Something's out there.
Now look what you've done. That was a Strix Varia. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will I?
Hi, who are you?
Who are you?
My name's Red Knot. And if you've got a volume knob, I'd appreciate your taking it down a notch before you scare away everything from here to Lancaster.
Lancaster. I presume that's a place somewhere in Pennsylvania, right?
I'm Nancy Drew. What were all those noises out here just now?
That was me, Miss Nancy Drew, calling in birds. And doing a pretty good job of it, too, till you showed up. Where'd you come from, anyway?
I'm staying here in the old Malone place.
Now, why would you want to do a thing like that? The Malone house is no place for one young woman, let alone two.
What do you know about the woman living here?
I talked to her a couple of times. But you know, the last time I saw her, she wasn't doing so good. She acted real anxious, scared.
Did she say what was wrong?
The dogs. The dogs of Mickey Malone. Legend goes that when Malone was finally arrested and hauled away, his 4 dogs went running off into the woods and were never seen again. People would just hear 'em, howling like their hearts were broken every night until one by one, they all died and went silent. But every time someone tries living in the Malone house, back they come.
How could people hear them? Like, nobody lives in this area.
Are you saying Sally's house is haunted by ghost dogs?
Every night, ever since she moved in, you could hear 'em howling. And some nights the dogs would appear outside the house, running around, snarling and barking and throwing themselves at the doors and windows. And then they'd be gone. They're buried in the cemetery just beyond the house, you know. Them and Malone both.
Did they ever attack Sally?
She never gave them the chance. After the first attack, she stopped going out at night. Just locked the doors when it got dark and sat tight until morning.
Alright, so he's basically telling us a story about the ghost dogs, and the ghost dogs are going to attack the house. It's very scary.
The dogs would attack her house?
It's like they don't want anybody but Malone living there. I guess they don't know he's dead. And so are they.
Did she ever call the police?
This isn't New York City, Miss Nancy Drew. All they got around here is one officious little park ranger. And all Jeff Akers does is sit around all day trying to figure out how he can get himself transferred out of here to a bigger park.
Are you a native of Moon Lake?
I just come to Moon Lake in the spring to look for birds. Got an observation platform just up the path, kind of my base camp, and I've got a little outboard down there on the lake. Left my car at the big dock up lake. Don't really need it.
Are those the ghost dogs?
Yes, ma'am. Which is why I think it would be a good idea if I went my merry way and you got yourself back inside that house. Good luck, Miss Nancy Drew.
And yeah, that's it. We are going to be attacked by ghost dogs! Scariness is gonna happen here. Oh no!
This is not good.
No, oh no! They're playing with the electricity again! Leave that electricity alone, dogs! So that was terrifying. Those ghost dogs are terrifying. Where did they go? I guess they're not around anymore. Okay, cool. They're just not here anymore. That's convenient. And hey, Red, how's it going?
Well, it's Miss Nancy Drew.
Does that mean you'd like me to call you Mr. Red Knot?
All right, then. Hello, Nancy. Now put a muffler on it, would ya? I just heard a cerulean warbler.
Did you say last night that you have an
Last
outboard
night? No,
motorboat?
this night.
Sure do.
2 minutes ago.
Only type of motorized vehicle that's allowed on Moon Lake. Heck, if it were up to me, I'd ban them too. Have everybody get around by canoe. Nothing like the threat of physical activity to keep tourists away.
Why don't you like tourists?
I came to see birds, not people. The more people there are in a forest, the fewer birds there are. It's a fact of life. Reason I like to come here is because nobody else does. It's perfect. Not a decent grocery store, restaurant, or motel for miles.
There's no place nearby that sells boat parts? Sally's outboard is missing a spark plug.
I might be able to help you out. After all, I was a Boy Scout. Be prepared.
That's creepy.
You mean you have a spark plug I could buy?
Well, just so happens I've got 2 spark plugs right here in my pocket. Question is, if I give you one, what do I get for it? I don't need cash, but maybe you could take a few pictures for me. Know how to use a digital camera?
My friend Bess just got one for her birthday. I helped her figure out how to use it.
There's a couple of birds I'm supposed to take pictures of for PEPSOB. That's People for the Preservation and Study of Birds. You can recognize them by their songs, which are on this tape, which you can play on my cassette player, which you're gonna have to get from M's Emporium as soon as you get your boat fixed. Think you can handle that?
Sounds good.
Here's everything you'll need. M's Emporium is up lake on the west side. Not that I'm trying to get you out of my hair or anything, but try not to come pestering me till you're done, okay? One more thing. You smoke?
Cigarettes? No.
These woods may not look it, but they're tinder dry. One lit match, and the best bird habitat on the East Coast will go up in smoke. So watch what you do. 'Cause if anything like that happens, I won't be looking for birds anymore, I'll be looking for you. Watch yourself out there.
So, yeah, that's what we gotta do. We've got to, do Red's giant challenge of bird watching in exchange for, being able to use that motor. In exchange for that spark plug. So let's get that spark plug, fixed. Let's actually try to take a picture first. Because,
You better be careful.
Let's see. I know one of the birds goes away when we try to take its picture. Here we go, there's a bird.
Come back!
So that's all I wanted to do there. I wanted to make sure that bird was scared of me and went away. Ooh. Here's another bird. The ghost dogs of Moon Lake. The chores of Moon Lake. The wandering around in the woods at Moon Lake. I guess I'm going... Oh, there's another bird!
I must have scared it.
Oh, jeez. I didn't get the map yet, did I? I didn't. Okay, so guess what? We are here at the cemetery. Where we can pick up that. And we can take a look at the dog's death dates, which is important for a puzzle. Yay, puzzles. Looks
like paw prints.
No, the ghost dogs have been attacking Malone's tomb. No. And this thing... No, that's not that one. This one is important. Waldo. Waldo Matthias. Let's see if I can find my way out of this place. I don't have the map yet, so this could be difficult. Here we go. I think that was it. That's it. Okay, that's the exit. We find another board here. And then we find the third board over here under this tarp. I need to zoom in on this tarp.
Tweet, tweet!
Why is Nancy just yelling tweet, tweet? Tweet, tweet! Tweet, tweet! Tweet! Tweet, birdies! Hi, birdies! Tweet at me! I'm a cool person. I'm Nancy. We're gonna have to switch to nighttime to talk to Red about those, birds, because those birds just will not show up. So he's gonna tell me to get camouflage gear.
You find all the birds?
I found some birds, but no matter how quiet I am, I've been scaring other birds away before I can take their picture. What am I doing wrong?
You're wearing those clothes. That's what you're doing wrong. You need to blend in, like me. Go back over to M's tacky tourist trap and get yourself some camouflage gear. Only sensible thing that money grubber carries.
I'm sorry, but finding those birds is harder than I thought it would be. Can you give me any tips?
You gotta look for them. This isn't gonna be any Sunday picnic, you know? And try early in the morning. That's when most of them are singing.
See you in a while.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice. They're all singing. Well, if the birds are there early in the morning, why are you not there early in the morning, Red? You're here to find these birds, and I haven't been to M's yet, Red. So it's early in the morning, and we're gonna go to M's Emporium, but first let me grab some stuff. So I need my flashlight, and I need my map, which I've already labeled. Great! That's cool, the map comes pre-labeled for me. I think it's supposed to be Nancy's handwriting there, and those gloves are for a puzzle. Ooh, and I do need to see this.
It's stuck. I need some sandpaper.
Great, so now I have everything I need for M's Emporium, because I need to talk to her about the tape, I need to talk to her about the sandpaper, and I need to talk to her about the camouflage gear. And let's just stop by this random shed in the woods. This is the tool shed.
A face only a gnome could love.
We have a key hidden back here, and the key does not work when I try to use it.
Oh, the key broke off.
Oh no, the key broke off, so I just used a screwdriver here. And that gives me a hammer and nail and a mask, so now I've got the mask and gloves. It's beautiful. So that's how we solve that puzzle. Now let's get some torque. Let's see, do I have that spark plug? Here it is.
The spark plug is missing.
So I believe it is... minus is down. I think minus is down and plus is up. So minus down, plus up, and then 0 is middle. I think that's the solution here. Nancy drowns an unused life jacket. She drowned without her life jacket. Wow. Really harsh there, game. Okay, I've got my life jacket. Now I will survive. I can only go to M's Emporium, though. Apparently I don't know where the ranger station is yet. No, seriously, why don't I know where the ranger station is yet? That seems kind of strange. I think it's because I can't. I didn't talk to Red about the ranger, so now I have to talk to Emily about the ranger.
Hey there! Welcome to M's Emporium. I'm Emily Griffin.
I need to find somebody with a chainsaw, and Sally McDonald suggested I talk to you.
Sally McDonald, huh? You a friend of hers?
I'm Nancy Drew. I drove in last night all the way from River Heights.
Now what's she doing inviting guests out to that old dump?
Yeah, does Nancy not know how to swim? Because that looks like a very still, calm lake. It didn't look like it was too large either.
She's got a little problem she's hoping I can solve, but right now I need a chainsaw.
A chainsaw?
Somebody's saying maybe we need to talk to Sally to unlock the ranger station. That could be it.
What I really need is for someone to come out and remove the tree that fell in Sally's driveway.
I'll get Tucker Davis to take care of it. Gotta warn you, though. Tucker tends to do things in his own sweet time. So how come Sally ain't with you?
The ghost dog scared her off.
I told her. I said, Sally, that old house is gonna be nothing but trouble. And sure enough, Malone's hounds have come back. Just when we all thought they were finally resting in peace.
When was the last time they appeared?
Seems like they show up every time somebody buys the place. So the last time would have been 10, 15 years ago.
Wow.
I caught a strange man prowling around last night. He called himself Red Knot.
The bird watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
Has he been in the area long?
About as long as those pink-billed warblers and purple-eyed owls he's always chasing have been around. Couple of months, I guess.
Couple of months.
Where do you find your... Achoo!
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
You seem to be selling everything under the sun in here.
Best part is, I got most of this stuff for free. See, back in the days of Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So it's finders keepers, huh?
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Acres, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Are you saying you acquired this stuff illegally?
Well, of course not. It all washed up on shore.
Wink, wink. I think she's a liar. I think she totally stole all this stuff. And she's just breaking laws. Okay, I needed to talk, gosh, I guess we could talk to her about the well stuff.
I need to get the water from Sally's well tested. How would I go about doing that? Do you know?
Just get a water testing kit from the ranger station and follow the directions.
Where's the ranger station?
Just up lake from Sally's on the east side.
Okay, great. Now we can go to the ranger. I hope.
Why would there be a problem with the water?
'Cause it's well water. And seeing as Malone dug that well 80 years ago, what gets pumped out of it could be pretty funky.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh, yeah. I got it right here. Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here.
What do I do? Do I just back away? Do I pick it up? I pick it up. I just click on her finger. I can't, like, grab it from this end. Oh, I can grab it from this end? Well, it would be kind of silly if I had to grab her hand to take it. Oh, well.
What else can I do you for?
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the cemetery that's by the Malone house. Have you ever been there?
Can't say as I have. Poking around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with me.
Does the name Waldo Matthias mean anything to you?
Can't say as it does.
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. Long as you pay cash, that is.
I don't have any money. I'm very poor.
Right now, cash is kind of a problem for me. Do you think we could do some kind of trade-out?
You scratch my back, I scratch yours, huh? Seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, and seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
My hand, Nancy. Why are you holding my hand? Well, I'm just trying to grab the tape player, and I just wanted to hold your hand for a bit. Okay.
Sounds like you aren't real fond of Ranger Acres.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moon Lake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers, why, there's nothing he'd like better than to see all the lake and all the property around it turned into one big, noisy, jam-packed state park.
Why would he want that?
He's the type of guy who likes to boss people around, makes them feel important. So if the park got way bigger and was crawling with tourists, why, instead of giving out maybe one ticket for littering every 2 days, he'd be giving out 12 tickets every 2 hours. He'd be in heaven. Well, hey, I'm sure you got better things to do than getting your ear chewed off by yours truly.
To make a long story short, I need some camouflage gear.
Got some right over here. One size fits all. But I'm running kind of low on bait. So if you go out and get me, say a dozen little critters, I'll give you the camos.
Okay.
A dozen little critters?
Worms, spiders, beetles, grubs. Anything that wriggles on its belly'll do. Just look under stuff. Rocks, logs, dead leaves. Should be able to find 12 in no time.
Hunting for critters isn't illegal, is it?
Things ain't quite that bad around here. At least not yet. Now, if Jeff Akers' daddy was still around, you might get arrested for cruelty to animals or some such nonsense. Joe Akers used to be the deputy sheriff. Real critter lover, that one was.
Do you sell sandpaper by any chance?
I do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out. Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his hinter regions.
I've disturbed him enough already. Would anyone else around here have some?
He's your only hope. But you better ask him for it quick. That deck of his is pretty big, and those squares I sold him are pretty small.
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Okay, so we are gonna do this. We're gonna go bug hunting. Hooray! Hooray! Bug hunting. So there are 7 bugs we can get during the daytime. Why does Nancy never bring money with her? Nancy needs to bring money with her. I mean, granted, she was expecting to visit her friend. I guess it makes sense, but was she just expecting, hey, I won't ever have to stop for gas on the ride here? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Got those 2 bugs. Bugs, worms, they're not really bugs. Whenever you see that little chirp chirp at the bottom of the screen, it means there's some critters around.
No birds here.
Some critters to be found. Ooh. I hear critters. That's 3. Ooh, there's a bird. That is not a camera. Here we go, there's that bird. I mean, critter I was looking for. Let's see, was the other one here? Got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 more to find. You have to wonder if Nancy does get paid for her detective work. It doesn't seem like she gets paid all the time. In fact, it seems like some of the time she just doesn't get paid, period. She's a big fan of saying, oh no, oh no, oh no, I could never accept your money. I'm just doing this to help out a friend. Like, I hear the chirping here. But I'm not seeing any bugs here. It's okay, when Nancy grows up, she can become a police detective. That's probably what's gonna happen to her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I remember one book, Chief McGinnis asked her, hey, when are you going to become a police detective, Nancy? And she's like, well, when I'm old enough to take the entrance exam, Chief. And he's like, okay, well, I'd better make sure I retire before then. That's not what he said. He's probably thinking it. Yeah, Nancy gets paid in exposure. Oh boy, way to go, Nancy. I mean, people keep trying to kill her. You think Nancy should be compensated for people trying to kill her? She's like, hi, Sally. I almost got killed.
The moon's so
multiple
bright, I won't need my
times."
flashlight.
I'm not saying Nancy should be complaining. It's just, you know, these are various dangerous jobs that she takes on. And there's an old shoe. I mean, at least give her some of the gold that she found in Message in a Haunted Mansion. There's a lot of gold she found. She should at least get some of it. Get some of the reward money. Plus, Nancy's always traveling all over the world. Like, tickets cost a lot of money. So that's something that happens a lot, too, is, she'll get paid, with a free trip to France. And that will be her payment. She goes to France to solve a mystery. I'm like, yeah, it's nice, but come on, I need money. And so Nancy is forced to do jobs for money in France, I believe. No, wait, her cover in France is that she's a new employee. Why am I just wandering around so lost? I am so lost. Okay. I am trapped here at that old shoe. I need to turn around from the old shoe. Turn around, go all the way down, and all the way out here. That takes me to this fallen log. Okay. How am I... Okay, so I need to turn around at the log. And then I just need to take a left whenever I can. A left here. Good, and this is the entrance. Okay, so I need to get to the cemetery. Okay, we found it. We found a dozen little critters. That forest maze is impossible, but we managed to get through it, and we've escaped. We have found all 12 of the dozen little critters. We are amazing. We survived. We survived that challenge. No, that's not it. Here we go, yes. Is there anything I need to talk to Red Knot about? I don't think so. Oh yeah, we could talk to him about the sandpaper. Let's do the sandpaper challenge. Right here.
How's the bird watching coming along?
The water in Sally's well needs to be tested. How do I do that?
Get a sampling kit from Jeff Akers. Ranger station's on the east side of the lake.
I'm sorry to keep bugging you, but I need some sandpaper. Emily said you might have some?
Here, take it and scram. I was just about to call in a meadowlark. That was always Ruth's favorite.
Was Ruth your wife?
And now I'm going to grab Red's hand. I'm going to grab his hand while grabbing the generic brand sandpaper.
Good heavens, no. My wife had no patience for birding. Ruth was my dog. Border collie. She'd hear a meadowlark, and by golly, her ears would perk, and she'd cock her head, and she'd just come as close to smiling as ever a dog could.
Do many people around here own dogs?
Not really. Most people don't bother. The place is surrounded by park land, and Ranger Akers just loves enforcing the leash laws. There it is again. Take your sandpaper and go... sand something, okay?
Sand something. Sandy, baby, oh, won't you be my I know G.
It's stuck.
Sandy. I don't know the words to that song. Okay, so this is a puzzle. And that's the solution. Okay, I got that solution really quickly. Just because I remembered what the two on the left were the last time I played this game. That's just a tough puzzle. So what you want to do is put these 3 boards that I picked up earlier, you're going to put them down, and we're going to use the hammer and nail, a bunch of nails, and then now we can actually reach this area. Rotten floorboards, watch your step. And that gives us this amazing piece of, that amazing picture. And then this is gonna be another puzzle.
It could be mice making that sound.
Yeah, that was an amazing job on that puzzle.
It looks like a
I got
tiny
lucky.
hole. What's the combination?
Let me see. I want to see if the game will accept it. So it's 01, 2, 932, something like that. I'm guessing. I don't remember 100%. That is it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I managed to solve that puzzle. Wow, that's a time
I
saver.
bet those were deer mice.
So let's grab this journal.
William Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers. Speakeasy.
So basically, there's a bunch of gold that Mickey Malone stole, and it was hidden somewhere. And,
Joe Akers?
He left this to
Emily
Jeff.
said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Akers after all.
Emily did not say that at all, Nancy. You're making things up. So,
The dogs
Mickey
will lead
Malone
the
left
way.
this map
I wonder what that means.
and said the dogs will lead the way to the gold. To the gold, basically, all the stolen gold. So that's going to be our major puzzle. Our major puzzle. I can't see anything. It's all dark. How do I escape? Okay, I'll use my flashlight. So let's see, is it nighttime? I think it's nighttime. Let's skip ahead to daytime here. And then we're gonna head on out. Now, is that the only time Nancy carries a pen with her? Does she carry a pen with her in any of the other games? Or is that... I think that might be it. And the pen is good for that particular puzzle. And that's it! So we're gonna go pretty far into this game without ever seeing Ranger Akers. I guess I don't like Ranger Akers. I'm not gonna see him. And luckily I remembered the answer to those puzzles from last time I played the game. So I don't have to see him. Hooray!
Hey, Nancy, how's the bait finding coming along?
I got 12 big, fat, juicy ones. They're so delicious the fish are gonna eat them up.
12 big, fat, juicy ones, just like you wanted.
Well, now, you done all right for a city gal. Here you go. Hope whatever you're hiding from won't catch you. How you holding up?
I found this picture in Sally's house. Do you recognize anybody?
I'm guessing the guy's Mickey Malone, but I don't know who's that lady. Sounds like a case for our resident know-it-all Ranger Akers.
Do you know anything about the gold that Mickey Malone supposedly buried somewhere on his property?
All I got to say about it is, if there really was a bunch of gold buried somewhere and nobody ever found it, it's for darn sure nobody ever will. Not with them dogs up there.
It's for darn sure.
Any word from Tucker, what's his name? He hasn't been by to move that tree yet.
I'll give him another call. But like I said, the man marches to the beat of another drummer. A very slow drummer.
Guess I'll see you later.
Keep on trucking.
Yeah, Ranger Akers is gonna give Nancy a ticket for avoiding him and making him feel lonely. So I want to see if we can talk to Red Knot about that picture. I bet we can. In any case, let's get those last two bird pictures. And that will be the end of the Red Knot Challenge. Mostly the end of the Red Knot Challenge. She's going to... Wrong map, sorry. He's going to make us get the last bird. Okay, so, I want yellow bird, right? Yellow bird on the left. And I think red bird was one that I could not get the picture of. So I'm here at the fallen tree. So let's just go forward and then go to the red bird. Yeah, it's the red bird I needed to get a picture of. Okay, so I need, the other yellow bird that I missed, and then maybe there's a final bird somewhere there? I don't know. It looks like I'm missing more birds than I thought. Now I'm at the log. I'm gonna take a left here. I'm at the yellow ribbon.
No birds here.
Nope. more brown than orange, but the map says it's an orange bird. I do like this nice music, this nice calm bird hunting music. Okay, I'm here at the cemetery, that did not work. Okay, so across from the stump is the other bird. And now I'm lost again. Okay, I'm at the yellow ribbon. I want to turn around. And here I'm looking at the stump. I don't want to look at the stump yet. Here, got it. Alright, so Nancy found all the birds except for the red-tailed hawk. That's the one we gotta talk to Red about. So let's get out of this area, and I turned the wrong way. Okay. There's the log. Do I turn around for the log? Oh no, I'm at the yellow ribbon. Turn around. There we go, got it. Oh man, I am so sorry about getting stuck in that maze. That's the worst. Okay. Maybe Red is a red-tailed hawk. Well, his name starts with the word red. He's named after the hawk. Hey, Red.
How's the bird watching coming along?
Oh, I can't talk to him about the picture? Nope,
Mickey Malone
I can't.
supposedly buried a bunch of stolen gold bars on his property way back in the 20s. Did you know that?
Really? That's interesting. I don't much care, but it's interesting.
Ever hear of a man named William Akers?
I know an extremely annoying park ranger named Jeff Akers, but I've never heard of any William Akers.
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around wearing sunglasses and earmuffs, have you?
Where am I most likely to see one?
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in the big tree that's just to the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
See you in a while.
Watch yourself out there.
And escape time now. So, do I have to come back during the daytime before Nancy will say anything about that? About that little tree spot? 'Cause it's
I'd
here.
better wait until daylight.
Yeah, better wait until daylight. Okay, fine, we're waiting until daylight.
Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree. That sounded like a hawk.
Hooray! We got the picture of the hawk.
Hey, what is that hawk standing on?
It's a speaker.
Oh, that looks like a speaker.
Is it part of the speakeasy? Oh no!
Huh?
Things just got terrible for Nancy.
I better get out of here. My arms and legs are tied. I can't move. At least I can kick. If I could just get that scythe down, I could use the blade to cut the rope around my wrists and free my hands.
That is a very cute hawk, though. It's definitely a hawk that can be hearing a clue. So let's see, I kick this. I hit that. There we go, that's on fire. Now this thing's on fire. And then I push this up with the gnome head, so the fire burns through that rope. And Nancy survives! Hooray! With her actual, real-life human
I
fingers.
can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
Luckily, I've got a random, it's not random. I've got the water. I've been carrying this bucket around for a while. Now I get to use it for something. I use it for putting out the fire.
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
I was looking at birds, and then I noticed something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody tried to kill you?
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think they were, what, just pulling a prank? Wake up and smell the hostile vibes, Nancy.
I guess it's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
I should have never let you stay there by yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
That man is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise. I'll be in touch.
You better.
You better. Why does Sally always say that? Why is she always threatening Nancy? Why does she do this? Sally, be nice to Nancy for once. And I don't know if it's daytime or nighttime, so I'm switching to daytime. Yeah, so Nancy says she's locked in the shed. I don't think she was locked in the shed. The shed appeared to be unlocked. It was still not a very nice situation for Nancy to be in, being trapped in that shed. Poor Nancy. Yeah, I can't believe Ranger Akers, who we haven't met yet, we're gonna meet him right now. Ranger Akers is like, hey Nancy, you almost died, here's a ticket for surviving. Like what? Like what? And hey, oh, that's not a red-tailed hawk. I was gonna say, hey, I can take a picture of this for the red-tailed hawk challenge. Sadly I cannot.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I'm Nancy Drew.
Are you Jeff Akers?
At your service. I noticed that you arrived by boat. Does that mean you're staying on the lake?
Yes, I am. My name's Nancy Drew. I'm visiting Sally McDonald.
Let's see, Sally McDonald is the woman who bought the old Malone place.
That's right. Only she's gone back to Philadelphia. Malone's dogs got to her.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
So you know the legend?
I know almost everything about this area. Not only have I lived here all my life, but you're standing in the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History. I'm its equally unofficial curator.
Let's see. Old photo. That's all we really need to talk to him about.
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
What would be the best way for me to find out who was living in Moon Lake in 1928 and where they ended up?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Akers.
Okay, do I want to talk to him about any of the other things? That could be like the only conversation we need to talk to him about is the picture. It's like, I see you ride by boat. Are you staying on the lake? No, I'm staying in the boat. I mean, come on, Ranger Akers. You know there's nowhere that anybody can park or camp. Actually, hold on a second. I'm gonna take a closer look at this picture of the lake. So let's see how far... that lake actually does look pretty far. It looks pretty far. That could be a bit too far to swim. Yeah, but who lives on this side of the lake? Who are these people? And, you know, obviously we've got the other ends of the lake too, but nobody here, nobody there. Somebody says, no, let's not talk to him. Another person says, let's be antisocial. random phone calls, and that would
Good
be
news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Thank you so much. Is she still alive?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Thanks for all your help.
That's why I'm here.
Jeff Akers claims all the land for himself. Yes, but he needs just 10 more acres, and then he can become an official state park. That's what he says. If we talk to him about it, that's part of the water thing. If you test the water, if you test the water, he'll say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't have time to send the water in. I'm very busy. I wish I could have 10 more acres, and then I would be an official state park and get an official assistant. Wouldn't life be fantastic for me?" Yeah, and the ranger just
If
gave
you're
a
selling
random
something, hang up
teenage
right
girl
now.
someone's
I
phone
got an air
number.
horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call. But you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida. And when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff. You'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
Yes, the ranger is Akers, and he wants more acres for the park. But I think the real the acres he wants is a Mrs. Akers. Will he find love?
That's right. I found it in the cellar of Mickey Malone's old house on Moon Lake.
Moon Lake. Talk about your fond memories. I had a lot of fun there. Although I wasn't anywhere near as wild as most young people were back then. But I think Mickey kind of respected me for that. I was his gal for 5 years. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
Tell me about the speakeasy.
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
People are pointing out, yes, if Mr. Akers, Ranger Akers, finds a Mrs. Akers, he does want 10 acres, so he's gonna force her to have 10 children. Maybe that is why he's having a hard time finding a girlfriend. It's because he's like, "Hi, I want 10 kids. Will you please go along with that plan? I don't know your first name. It's Ranger. You don't need to know my real first name. Just call me Mr. Ranger."
That's weird. I'm staying in his old house on Moon Lake, and I haven't seen any sign of a speakeasy.
Course you haven't. You're not supposed to. Only Mickey and Willie knew how to get into the speakeasy from the house. The rest of us had to go in and out the regular way, through the cemetery.
The cemetery?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
It looks like we can talk to her about the safe and everything, but, we already solved the safe puzzle, so let's ask again about gosh, wow, why am I blanking? The cemetery, how to get there from the cemetery.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using 2 main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
How will I know which tombstone to use it in?
As a joke, Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
It's been fun talking to you.
23 skidoo, kiddo!
Alright, so, yes, we do have to get that, it's kind of funny, it's like, it was made using concrete and secrecy.
Hello again, Miss Drew. Am I in for another interrogation?
I really haven't asked you all that many questions yet.
I'd like to mail this photo to the woman in Las Vegas. Can you do that for me?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
And I'm not going to talk to him about anything else, but this is his dog, Yogi. Yogi's so cute. Yogi is clearly not a Rottweiler like the ghost dogs, though, so we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, no, it looks nothing like those dogs. I mean... you'd have to be, like, really good to see that dog and say, oh, that's a Rottweiler. I don't even know what kind of breed Yogi is. I don't know that much about different dog breeds. So I imagine somebody who doesn't know a lot about dogs probably would not notice that, wait a minute, these dogs are completely different types of dogs. And Yogi clearly was named after Yogi Bear. What else would you name your dog Yogi? I mean, he's a dog and a ranger. He does kind of look like a Dalmatian, yeah. He's got the little spots there, but then he's got like the big, you know, in the middle, the big black spot in the middle. I don't think that's something Dalmatians do.
A package just arrived for you from Las Vegas.
Nancy is still living off of that 12-ounce bottle of water? Yes, several days have passed.
Great! Vivian sent me the key.
I'll dispose of the package. Wouldn't want to break any littering laws, would we?
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Well, if you broke the littering law, he'd have to ticket himself. That would be awkward. You might have noticed that the banana in Sally's area doesn't spoil at all. That is a long-lived banana. Oh yeah, Yogi could be a mix. Maybe it's a Collie-Dalmatian mix. That would work. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. See if I can get this on my first try. I got it wrong. Okay. Close enough, though. Close enough. This is just kind of a tough puzzle. Let's see. Did it! Hooray!
It's too dark. I need a flashlight.
Well, where is your flashlight? It's right here.
Oh, the batteries are going dead.
Oh no!
I can't see a thing. I'd better go back.
This is really hard, this challenge. I find it really hard because I have to be pulling this lever in the back. It's very hard to see. I mean, pulling the lever in the dark and walking upstairs. Well, now I need to get some batteries from M. And then we'll be in the speakeasy for the endgame challenge. Here we go. We've got it. Yes. 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 And I believe we should call, we're gonna call Vivian again, because that will give us... Yeah, let's call her again, because then we get to hear her friend, Eustacia, and drop off. And everybody wants to see Eustacia again. Everybody thinks she is more fun than a barrel of monkeys, even though all she ever does is talk about death and gloomy stuff. It's very scary.
Hello?
Is this Vivian?
No, this is Eustacia and Drop-Off. Vivian's fixing snacks in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh, Eustacia and Drop-Off? Harry Houdini's cousin?
Use the air horn like I showed you!
No, Eustacia, wait! It's Nancy Drew. I talked to you on the phone a couple of months ago, just after a friend of mine was kidnapped in St. Louis. I asked you questions about the theater where the kidnapping took place, the Royal Palladium, remember?
Nancy Drew, the Snoopy one. You're not dead yet?
No.
Most people, I talk to them one day, next day they're dead. It is an old age thing.
Oh, stop being so morbid here. Have some clam dip. Hello? Nancy? So you know Eustacia, huh? Small world. Well, what's up?
You're not dead yet. Oh, I cannot believe it. You still survived.
Are there any other tricks to getting into the speakeasy that I should know about?
I suppose it's only fair to warn you about the tunnels, and the doors, and the dead ends.
Wow. Yeah, it's interesting, because apparently that means final scene was a couple of months ago, and I don't know. How does that work for timing? Because Nancy is clearly the same age.
Tunnels? You mean there's more than one way to get to the speakeasy from the cemetery?
Miffy had his men dig a bunch of tunnels between the speakeasy and the cemetery with hidden doors that opened when other doors closed, and lots of dead ends, so that if the speakeasy was ever raided, his guests could hide from the police. I was always terrified of getting lost, but you're a plucky girl. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I'm kind of surprised that Vivian doesn't consider herself to be a plucky girl.
It's been fun talking to you.
Absolutely, positively.
I mean, that is something that a plucky person would say. She is very happy and energetic all the time. Eustatia's question actually does make sense, considering how often Nancy does dangerous, deadly things. Yeah, it does make sense to say, hey, Nancy, why are you not dead yet? Didn't you die after, almost being attacked by 3 culprits?
How you holding up?
I need flashlight batteries. Do you carry them?
Yep. But I've been meaning to make a purty display out of them packs of combo coal over there for the longest time. Just can't seem to get around to it.
Oh, come on.
In other words, you'd like me to give it a shot.
Here's the way it should look when you're done.
I'm gonna grab her hand while I'm picking this thing up again. Oh, I guess I can't grab her hand. Oh well. I can only grab the corner here. Well, that's interesting. Every other point we could grab their hands. Okay, so it's all green on the left here. That's how we'll recognize the things on the left and right. Combo Cola isn't that tough of a puzzle. I don't think. Okay, and then the orange here, and then all orange, and then 1 orange. I think this might be it. Okay, so let's see if I got that left-hand side down. I do. Fantastic. So all purple. Yeah, getting the greens in place. That's how I do it because it's easy. We've got all those blues in place. So now let's get all these blues in place. And then we're gonna have 2 reds for this one. So where's one with just 2 reds and then all yellow after that? Great, so we need a smiling fish that's going to be like this. Got that correct. Let's see, we need purple here. Let's see.
Ta-da! 1 smiling goldfish. It's obviously never tried combo cola.
It does look like a fish, but not much like a smiling fish. Yeah.
Hey, Nancy, this mean you got them cans stacked?
You bet. They look just like the picture you gave me, which you can have back.
Here's your batteries, and thanks, Nancy.
Nancy is just sassy when it comes to Combo Cola. She is not a fan of Combo Cola. Just not a fan of Combo Cola at all. And wow, like, Nancy got a lot of batteries for that simple puzzle. I mean, granted, it took a while, but that's like 5 batteries. Okay, maybe it was just 3. Still, have you tried buying 3 of those large batteries? That'll set you back, you know, $10 at least, right? Let's see if I can make it all the way through this time. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah! Okay, wow. Figures the last time I need to go across is the one time I get it correct. That Combo Cola is probably just super old and disgusting.
It's silly to try to explore this in the dark.
And we've got a couple of hidden passageways. Oh, okay, we've got that one dead end. I think that's it, though.
Uh-oh.
Left or right? Let's go left. Wait, was that a different pathway I missed? Yeah, this is kind of a maze. Okay, never mind. But I found it. I got through.
So this is the speakeasy. Wow.
Wow, the speakeasy, you guys. So we need to see all these dog collars. Dog collar colors, I should say. That's for a puzzle. Which I'm gonna solve, like, really soon. Okay, green is Lucy. Press this button here. It's just 2 hallways that lead to the exact same dead end. Okay. This is a pretty cool speakeasy, though. I mean, it's a pretty cool place. The Boneyard.
If map is correct, the tree where Vitus would bark at the hawks used to be right about here.
Yeah, I guess Nancy doesn't know the location of that, the wrecked boat, so she didn't mark it on her map. Normally, she's supposed to mark it on her map.
Those must be the spigots William Akers mentioned in his journal.
I'm going to need Nancy's journal here to see what these things are. Pump the spigot, then press the red button. Okay, so Iggy is yellow, so I is yellow. Green is L. Yeah, you could check Ranger Akers' database. Maybe. Okay. X is red. And then the final one... Did I not look at the final one? Well, let's figure out the final one. It's got to be blue. Then that's got to be blue. Okay. I guess the game thinks I didn't look at that. So... let's go. Red was X. And then this is blue, right? So this has got to be V. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, yellow was I. And then the next one's going to be L. So it needs to be I and L. Let's see if we can get it. Nope. Okay, let's try another round. And that opened a hidden passageway outside. Hooray.
It's too dark.
Oh, flashlight. I don't know if I'm going in the right direction to find that hidden passageway, actually. I think it might be the other side. Down here? No, oh, no, that's bad. That's the basement. I don't want to go to the basement. Yeah, I don't want to get stuck there. Let's see, where's that exit then? I guess maybe it is that exit that I went through. Okay, let's do this. Alright, so we open this hidden passageway here. And we're gonna get a picture of one of the dogs here. That's not it. This dog?
Xander, played by the pump, which is right here.
Now I should be able to solve this puzzle. Hopefully I don't have to, like, go all the way back to find where Lucy is, because that would be a pain. So I think Lucy was out here on the rocks. So Xander is 1, 2, 3, 4 below, and then it's just 2 right, 1 up, 2 right, 1 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did it.
That doesn't sound good.
Actually sounds fantastic, Nancy. That's the sound of puzzle solving. And yeah, puzzle solving. Okay, so that opens up this secret area to, it's where the culprit has been hiding out, and we get to see the cute doggies.
So you're the ghost dogs. You look pretty real to me.
And you look pretty cute. Yeah, it certainly looks like as long as you hit the correct switches, the game accepts it. It doesn't care if you know where they should be.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good puppy? Hey girl, you're not vicious, are you? No, you're a nice doggy.
Nancy should really just let the dogs go. Just set the dogs free. Free the dogs, Nancy. Free the dogs. Okay, so we've got this, Return Titanic to Val's video, same time. It's overdue. Why did you check out Titanic and leave it overdue? Come on, M. Come on, M. And this is M's notes, which explain her, culprity scheme. Evil culprity scheme. Yep, and she's just been faking this ghost dog stuff with glow-in-the-dark toothpaste with evil sonic whistles.
These dogs have been trained to act vicious on command.
Hey, is that like the pizza from the final scene, and then the Chinese food box from Message in a Haunted Mansion? Oh, and she's been using these ghost dog eyes, too.
I bet the dogs attacked Sally's house because a high-frequency signal was transmitted to them through the speaker I saw on the roof.
Yeah, so I always assume that Emily discovered the place through here, through this entrance. That's gotta be. I don't know where the secret entrance is, but I don't think she went in through the speakeasy. I think that's asking a bit too much of her. I don't know. I don't think she could solve the speakeasy puzzles like Nancy did, because Nancy could solve it quickly because she's a genius, but not M. And you can tell when you read the diary, it's clearly Emily who wrote it. She uses her distinct phrases like, "These puzzles can take a flying leap." Okay, I grab that thing here.
The wheel is gone.
It's a wheel. I grab the wheel. I am going to put it in place using my screwdriver. Now I need
It's blocked.
turn these wheels.
It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
Looks like I need to turn this one first. I don't need to turn this wheel. This wheel's not a wheel I can turn for whatever reason. So that's the solution, just 1, 2, 3 from left to right. All 3 wheels have been turned. Nice. And if I turn this here, that fills up the lever. The water level again. I think Nancy dies. This is a game over sequence. That is in fact a game over sequence. Nancy will drown. Poor Nancy. Oh, and I need to take the wheel. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Just grab the wheel. Just grabbing the wheel.
I'm this close to finding the gold. I just know it.
The gold is right down here. Ah. Spinning in this area can be kind of a pain. So final puzzle is going to be this. So let me get this written down. Green is L, and L is 50. Red was X, so that's 10. These are Roman numerals. Blue was V, so that's 0, 5. And then yellow is 1, so that's 0, 1. So I need to get them to spell 50, 10, 5, and then 1. 50, 10. This is going to be impossible to do, I think. 5, and then 1. Okay, 50, 10, 5, and then 1. Okay, so I'm just a little bit off here. 10, 5, oh no. So I'm gonna have to be tricky about this. Let's see, so I want 10, 5, and then 1. So obviously I need to get these two synced up. So 10, 5, and then 1. So I need to move either this 2 without that. Yeah, okay, so they're off by 2. Or I can find a way to move this one. Okay, so they're off by 2, so I desync them by 2 to see if that would help. So then this, do 10, 5, 0, and then 1. Well, that doesn't help, see, because now it's 2. So let's see, I used this button to desync them, right? So let's desync them by 1, 2, 3 this time, and maybe that'll work. 10, 5, and now it's just 5, 1. Okay, let's desync them one more time. And then it's going to be 5, 10, 5. Oh, come on, really? One more. 10, 5, 3, 1. Okay, we want to get it to 0, 1. So let's keep doing this. 10, 5, 2, 1. Okay, 1, 2 more. Obviously, that's going to be it. So that's it. Okay. So clearly you just need to click that middle button the correct number of times, and that's it. Alright, let's go. Let's stop the culprit. Gold!
600 pounds of gold bullion. Wow.
Wow. And culprit shows up and attacks me.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth we got here?
Oh no! We're gonna be destroyed here! Okay, so we get attacked if we try to escape up the ladder, or if we try to escape
Don't
here.
you shut that door on me, Nancy Drew!
She says, don't shut that door on me, and, well, if you don't shut the door on her, Death City.
Hey there, Nancy. Why, what on earth we got here?
no, no, no. Okay, so you run forward. You shut the door on her. Then you jump through here. I love that dangerous music. It's pretty cool. Too bad Nancy can't use any of her weapons to attack her. Nancy doesn't really have any weapons, though. Not quite yet.
There's plenty of gold here. We can share.
You're lying. You're lying. You're lying.
Open the door.
Open the door. That's not very nice. Why did you lock me in?
Nancy, wait. Let's talk about this. This can just be our little secret. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, remember? Nancy?
The gold's all yours, Em. Enjoy it while you can.
And that's it. We beat the game. Hooray! We beat the game without
Dear Ned,
talking
as soon as I got out of the
Stranger
tunnels,
Acres.
Emily had left a door open. I called the sheriff. But when I led him back down the well to the room where I'd left Emily, she refused to leave. He and his deputies finally got her out, but one of them said afterward that if he had to choose between getting a bear away from her cub and getting Emily away from that gold, he'd pick the bear. What's worse, by the time they took Emily away, the place was swarming with reporters from all over the country. The commotion has scared away every bird for miles. I'm pretty sure Red Knot would like to strangle me. On the other hand, when Ranger Akers found out that 7 cars and 2 helicopters were illegally parked on park property and that he was going to get to ticket them, he was ecstatic. Tucker Dave has finally cleared away that dead tree, which means I'm free to drive home. Moon Lake is beautiful, but I've had enough wildlife for now. Which reminds me, did I mention that those 4 ghost dogs are actually very sweet? They're so sweet, in fact, that Sally is seriously thinking about adopting them. How's that for irony? Ever yours, Nancy.
Yeah, so who does get the gold? Does Nancy get the gold?
Bess, hi, it's Nancy.
Yeah.
I'm at this little amusement park on the
Maybe
coast.
Sally
I
gets
wish
the
I could
gold
say I was having
because
a
it's
wonderful
on her
time, but the
property.
fact is, some pretty spooky things have been happening here. There've been some strange accidents, and the carousel, it starts up in the dead of night all by itself like it's haunted or something. You know me, I don't get scared very easily, but I saw it myself, and I'll call you later. I've gotta go right now.
Poor Nancy, there are so many people who want to destroy her. Yeah, it's not, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's more like, I'll stab you in the back, and then I'll steal the gold. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. So, haha, that's it for Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Hope you enjoyed it, everybody. That trailer really does make it seem like a very, very spooky game, when we'll see it's not as spooky as the game. Well, the ending is kind of spooky. You get strangled to death and stuff like that. This ending was kind of spooky, too. You got smacked on the head with a dog bone. An interesting choice of weapon, but I guess it fits with the title of the game.